Okay, good morning. Okay, we will start with our discussion. So today what we will do, we're going to discuss. So as I said, so I hope you already brought your papers. Okay, so ambil kertas. So kita nak belajar melukis. Bukan kelas lukisan but we will learn out step by step how we going to design the pneumatic circuit. Okay, yang ni design strategy yang kita akan belajar hari ni. So we will use for pneumatic, electro-pneumatic, hydraulic semua sama. Okay, so the step will be almost the same, and surely this question will come out. This kind of questions will come out for your exam, and it can easily contribute 20 to 30 marks of your final exam. Okay, so if you want to pass your exam, pass the subject, you want to score well, so you need to know. Okay, so you need to know how we going to design the circuit. Okay, so please pay attention. Please take as much as your notes as you can, so that you try to understand. Okay, try to understand how we going to design. Okay, so today I will give you a simple question, then today I will upload assignment 1, so which will have a bit like extended version of the questions, so that you can learn and do in your room. Try to design the complicated version of question. Okay, so I just go through first chapter 5. So I think some of the part we already covered. So just to refresh your memory. So multi-actuator circuit. So it's actually the circuit with multiple cylinder. So kalau circuit tu ada multiple cylinder, so it can be pneumatic, hydraulic or electro-pneumatic. So kalau dia ada multiple cylinder means so more than 2. So minimum ada 2, so it can be more. Tapi for your syllabus normally will be 3. Okay, 2 or 3. Okay, then when you have multiple cylinder, so you will have a sequence. Okay, cylinder 1 extend dulu, then cylinder 3, then cylinder 2. So you will have a sequence. Then different application akan gunakan different sequence. And you normally will have a sensor to detect whether the cylinder is extended or retracted. So dia ada sensor lah dekat bawah ni, dekat cylinder. Okay, so it can be a limit switch, so it can be a roller switch or cam operated valve. Okay, so sequencing, so macam ni, so kita akan tengok nanti. Okay, so this is for 3 cylinder ABC. Kalau ada application, so feeding, clamping, stamping and also ejecting. So you have a 3 cylinder application, or it can be 2 cylinder application. So if you want to design a pneumatic circuit, so ada 6 cara actually, but for your case, so we will learn the first, third and also fourth. Okay, dalam exam pun kita akan test 1, 3 and 4. Okay, so today we will see. So I will give you a question, so nanti you design. Okay, so I will go through step by step. You also like do together lah. Okay, so logic, design method and also combination circuit is not covered in the syllabus, tapi ada. Okay, and also idle roller. So idle roller will be covered in the lab. Okay, so lab 1, lab 2 ada lah. Okay, so classical method. So we just like refresh our memory. So classical method adalah the basic kind of designing. So paling basic lah, kita akan gunakan classical method. Okay, classical method you don't have a proper SOP, tapi at the end you will have the structure dari supply element sampai the power element. Okay, so that is a classical method, tapi ada juga step. So you have a few steps that you need to follow, so that you won't get confused. Sebab at the end kita nak circle kita follow apa yang kita nak. So not like one cylinder extend, one cylinder retract. So at the end dia boleh clamp, dia boleh buat stamping operation ataupun feeding operation. So dia kena buat at the end it need to do what we asking us to do. So in order to do that, so ada few step lah. So kalau you familiar with the steps in the lecture note, so you boleh follow. Tapi kalau nak simplify, so follow apa yang saya akan ajar ini. So we will go one by one. So dalam example, so you can either use the one in the lecture note ataupun yang saya ajar nanti. Okay, so actually the same, tapi dia ada macam ada I already eliminate certain things lah that you no need to, so takut you jadi stress. Susah sangat ke nak design. Actually is senang. So as long you follow the step by step. So dalam lecture note dia extensive, so a bit like extensive, but the one that I'm going to teach today will be a bit simplified. Okay, so the first method is classical method. So can see an example here. So it will be given in descriptive form, okay, dalam bentuk perengan and also bentuk gambar. Okay, so I don't expect you to draw this, even though positional layout adalah salah satu cara untuk present the to start with the pneumatic circuit, but I don't expect you to spend time drawing this dalam exam. So lukis yang ni berapa lama? So how long it will take for you to draw this in exam? Sepuluh minit? 5 minit? 15? Oh yang ni 15 minit. So exam total berapa jam? 3 jam. So 5 soalan. Ini baru satu bahagian. Soalan 1A. So spend 30 minutes lukis ni. So how long you will spend to answer the other question. So we don't want to waste time. As long you know that it can be designed this way. Okay. So if you still insist want to lukis juga, instead of drawing a 3D, draw a 2D. 2 dimension will be a bit okay lah. Okay. So this is a question. So is from the picture we know that it has 2 cylinder operation. Okay, so 2 cylinder operation. The sequence of the operation will be given in the descriptive. Okay, macam ni dia cakap pushing the part of the magazine and position it in the preparation for the transfer in by the second cylinder until the feed good over the part. Once the part is transferred, the first cylinder retract followed by the second. So meaning, siapa operation for this? Sequence dia macam mana? A plus, B plus, so A minus, B minus. Okay, so sequence follow the question. So dari descriptive ni, so you will get the sequence. So that's why the description is very important. Okay, then okay, step ni, so like here is starting with writing the statement. So nanti apa yang saya akan ajar tak ada ni. So we will straight away attack the question. So instead of wasting time lukis, tulis ni. Okay, and also I will skip this. But if you want to draw also okay. Okay, maybe I will give extra mark lah, maybe half mark or what. So for the effort. Okay, markah kesungguhan. Dia dapatlah 0.5 ke. So out of 3, so can get. Okay, so these are the things that will be important. So A plus, B plus, A minus. So this is the sequencing that you will use to design. Okay, so paling important lah yang ni. So kalau you salah bahagian ni, so totally your circuit will be wrong. Even though dia nampak sama, tapi tak menjawab soalan. Okay, then you won't score mark. So you won't get the full mark. So I still akan bagilah. So it won't be like mathematics terus dapat kosong kan. So at least for the steps that you draw, so you will get some. Okay, displacement step diagram. Okay, so ada satu. Okay, displacement step. So if it's involved time, you can do a displacement time diagram. Then this is important also. Okay, input signals. So where the input signals for the circuit is coming, and also the output signal. Okay, so then it will. So yang ni you gabungkan input signal dengan output signal. Okay, but later in my step we will straight away go to motion diagram. I will teach you how to draw the motion diagram. Okay, then baru design. Okay, step 7 baru start designing. Okay, so don't skip the first 6 part terus nak pergi design, so you will get confused. Okay, so kalau you skip that, takut saya bazir masa lah, so exam just nak score markah kan, terus nak design, so you see things become wrong. Okay, so follow the step. Okay, start with drawing the power circuit first, then baru masuk ke control circuit. Control circuit adalah macam yang ada sensor, so push button, so your roller sensors, so itu yang kita panggil as control circuit. Okay, so then this is analysis. So yang part ni pun tak ada dalam I punya tutorial nanti. Okay, so that's for the classical method. Okay, so signal overlap. So I think before this we have learned about signal overlap. So signal overlap, so you dapat input from both side. So dua-dua side dapat input, so your valve don't know which one to choose. So valve ni dia macam tak cerdik. So if you give two input, automatically it shut down, like cannot decide. Okay, so cannot decide. So that is what we call as a signal overlap. So signal overlap can be avoided using cascading method. So ada modification, some modification at classical method and also step counter method. Okay, so ada tiga cara. Okay, so kita panggil as signal elimination. Okay, I think last week I dah cover yang ni. Okay, so boleh tengok. So dua-dua I, so 1 1. So it will cause a signal overlap. Macam ni lah signal overlap. So both side receive input and it cannot decide which one to choose. So in this case, you need to introduce something for the valve to decide. So you bagi tahu dia lah macam mana nak pilih. Okay, so you can use a idle return roller valve. So you can refer to last week's video. Okay, gunakan idle return. So dia ada, so only one side, one particular direction it detect, the return direction it tak detect because of the mechanical structure of the roller valve. Okay, so second method adalah cascading method. So cascading method, apa itu cascading? So what is cascading? So for your understanding, so ada kat sini kan. So cascading means stages. So one stage jadi input kepada another stage. Sebab satu stage dia ada input dengan output kan. So you receive input, you process, you keluarkan output, that output become input for the next stage. So that is what we call as a cascading. Okay, so cascading. So steps ni kita akan tengok nanti. Okay, so cascading, so it has a group changing valve. So it can be a 2 stage ataupun one stage. So one stage ada 2 line. So don't get confused. So kalau ada 2 line ni, group 1, group 2, itu ada kita panggil as one stage. So if you have 3 lines, so yang itu adalah 2 stage. Kalau ada 4 line, 3 stage, tapi tak adalah dalam syllabus. Tapi kalau you nak lukis boleh lah. So I don't stop. Because kenapa maximum 3 group? Sebab your syllabus cuma cover maximum 3 cylinder. So kalau dalam industri, so you have 4-5 cylinder, you just minus 1. Okay, so you have 5 cylinder, so it can be 4 stages. So minus 1. Okay, so ini 3 stages. Ini 3 stages sebab ada 4 lines. So jumlah line tolak 1. Okay, so that's the number of stages. Steps kita akan tengok nanti. So in between you akan ada satu group changing valve. Okay, that will change the group. It will select which one to which line to use. Okay. So at the end your circuit akan jadi macam ni. So this is the output of the circuit. So in between you will have 2 lines. Yang lain sama, cuma in between you akan ada 2 lines which you will have this is a group changing valve. It will decide which line to use. So kalau dia pilih the particular line, so that particular line akan ada power lah. Macam wire, macam elektrik. So you have electrical wire everywhere. So you press the switch and the switch will determine which side. Okay, lampu tu je menyala. So lampu ni tak menyala. So similar. So you'll have a similar concept here. Okay, for cascading you will have a group changing valve. Okay, so example ada dekat sini. So we will see later the example. So you will design together with me. So this is an example of cascading method. So you can see lah ada 2 line. Okay, so that's for the second method. Okay, saya ajar dulu. So I bagi tahu important info first, then we will design. Okay, then the third method adalah step counter method. So step counter method. So you decide lah nanti. So which one will be easier? For me, I prefer step counter method. Tapi student memang tak suka method ni. I pun tak tahu kenapa. Okay. Earlier cascading, apa speciality dia? Apa yang extra ada dekat cascading? So what's the extra thing that available in cascading method? Ada satu valve kan? Group changing valve. Okay, so cascading method ada group changing valve. Dalam step counter method, you have step counter module. So step counter module akan ada 2. So 1 3/2 valve and also an N valve. Dia macam ni. So gambar ni lah. So this is a step counter module. So if the sequence, selalunya akan ada berapa sequence dalam satu circuit? Sequence. Apa tu sequence? So kalau ada 2 silinder, akan ada berapa sequence? Ada 4, kan? A plus, B plus. Okay, A minus, B minus. So that's the maximum 4. So if your sequence, so katakan itu adalah 2 silinder case, so maksudnya akan ada 4 sequence. So you will have 4 step counter module. Okay, so each sequence akan ada satu step counter module. So kalau dia ada 6 sequence, akan ada 6 step counter module. So circuit you akan nampak macam a bit complicated, but if you know the concept, this is easier to design. Okay, so so ini adalah contoh. Complicated tak? So nampak complicated, tapi it's actually you tak perlu pening a lot. Macam tadi kita kena tahu bila nak tukar group. Yang ni a bit like straightforward, just dia nampak macam susah. Okay, so tak apalah, nanti end of the chapter after discussion tu, so you decide which one is easier. Okay, so example. Okay, so ini adalah untuk 3 cylinder case. Complicated tak? Okay, tak apalah, kita tengok nanti. Okay, so please get ready with your paper. So we will start our tutorial. Jadi bukan lecture lah. So it's actually more like a tutorial because we will try to solve questions. Okay, so today we will learn about circuit design. Okay, so ini adalah soalan dia. Okay, so we boleh tulis soalan ni. Okay, from this question, I need the sequence of the circuit. Apa sequence dia dari soalan ni? Okay, so I bagi yang soalan yang simple lah, so that we follow. Okay, so how many cylinders are there? 2. So 2 cylinder. So berapa sequence? Apa sequence dia? Apa? A plus, B plus, B minus, B minus, A minus. So itu adalah sequence dia. Okay, so first thing that you need to know, so from the description, get this. So dapatkan yang ni. So this is the sequence. Okay, selepas tu you tak perlu tengok. Okay, after that you not really need to see the question. Okay, so I will just read the question. Okay, so this circuit contains more than one cylinder. Okay, so maksudnya at least 2 cylinders lah, more than one. So it can be 2 cylinder case or 3 cylinder case. Okay, so dalam exam, so normally will be 3 cylinder case. Okay, so 2 itu jarang lah. Okay, especially in final. Okay, sebab 2 tu I tak boleh bagi markah banyak. Okay, so if I want to test, I will test on 3 cylinder case. Tapi ada juga kemungkinan. So there's a chance for me to give 2 cylinder case. Maybe untuk less mark cases lah. Okay, so this cylinder, kita tengok berapa banyak. So it has a sequence so that the cylinder move according to the specified rules that have been set. First cylinder advance, then the second cylinder advance. So first cylinder maksudnya cylinder A lah. Okay, A plus, okay, B plus. For the return stroke, second cylinder retract first, then the first cylinder. So B minus and A minus. So design a pneumatic circuit using classical, cascading and also step counter method. Okay, for this sequence case, so kita akan design gunakan 3 method. So first we will start with classical method, then we will go to cascading method and also step counter method. Okay, so all these 3 methods can be used to solve this case. Okay, so that's the thing lah. Okay, so we will start with the cascading method. So ini adalah sequence dia. Okay, so design step. So design step untuk classical method, so ada 5. Okay, so you just follow these 5 steps. Okay, so you need to remember these 5 steps. Okay, the first one, represent the control task in notation form. Okay, apa itu notation form? Okay, so yang ni saya letak asing lah. Okay, so this is your sequence. Okay, so first step, okay, classical. Okay, step 1, apa yang you buat? So notation form. What is notation form? Ingat lagi, apa tu notation form? Okay, so you just write okay, so this is your first step. Okay, so first step, so you just write down. Okay, step 1, So tulis dulu tajuk. Okay, step 1 notational form. So sequence dia adalah A plus, B minus, A minus. So that is your first step. Okay, so notational form means macam ni, simplified form. A plus, B plus. So itu adalah notational form, meaning simplification. Simplification of form. Kemudian step 2. Step 2, input okay, so input output signals. So what is, so you boleh either you can use a table or you can just write separately. Okay, so input. So what are the input for this circuit? Apa yang selalunya akan ada input as a input? Yeah? Compressor. Okay, compressor is the medium. So what will be the input untuk circuit tu, to operate the circuit? Yeah? I dengar sama answer tapi I tengok terus diam. So what will be the so dia ada dua lah, output. Okay, so input selalunya coming from the roller valve yang attached dengan cylinder. Okay, so ada berapa cylinder? So cylinder A and also okay, cylinder A ada dua sensor to detect the ohm position and also extender position, kan? So cylinder dah balik ke tak fully, ada satu sensor untuk detect and also to detect whether the cylinder already fully extended ke tak. Selalunya kita akan follow the alphabet lah. So kita akan letak A1 and also selalunya yang ohm position kita letak A0 and also A1. So A0 adalah ohm position. Okay, untuk cylinder B apa? So what is the input signal for cylinder B? B0 and B1, kan? So cylinder dia macam ni, kan? So you have a cylinder. Okay. So you have a sensor to detect return position. So whether cylinder dah balik ke tak. So ini adalah A0. So let's say this is cylinder A. So ini adalah A1. So that is the input signal. So the input to control the circuit is coming from roller valve 1, roller valve 2. Okay, for that cylinder. Depends on how many cylinder you have. Okay, so ini dah dulu lah. Okay, so what is the output? So once you receive the input, so what the circuit will do? It will control the cylinder. So output pun ada dua cylinder. Cylinder A and so what will be the output of cylinder A? So apa output? So lepas dapat input, what will it will do? So output adalah A plus dengan, so ini adalah B plus. So cuma ada dua possibility lah. So far understand? So first method notational form, second method you determine. So what will be the input? So then there's another input for the circuit. Apa tu? So how your circuit will start? Yeah. So it can be either normally kita akan start dengan push button. So ataupun foot pedal and lever, so whatever input lah. So I think you are familiar with fluid sim software now. So you can choose what will be the input. So normally will be human input lah. So let's say here I put push button. So maybe push button lain lah. Okay. So ada 3 input and also so I actually ada 5 input lah. So input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, input 5 and output ada 4. Okay. So far step 1, step 2 okay? Okay. So step 3, so draw the motion diagram, displacement time diagram. Okay, so motion diagram, so I prefer motion diagram. So you can decide. So if you just want to stick to motion diagram, kalau soalan tak bagi tahu apa-apa, so you can just stick to motion diagram. So if you are familiar with the displacement step diagram, so you can decide. So as long you boleh relate this input output signal correctly. But if the question is asking you to dia bagi satu soalan kemudian suruh design displacement step diagram, then you need to know. So waktu tu jangan lukis motion diagram because question is asking, so you need to know how to relate. Okay, so third, okay, step 3, so motion diagram. Okay, so motion diagram. So how to draw? First, tulis all the operation. A plus, B plus, B minus, A minus. Okay, so letak jarak sikit. Okay, so we know the sequence. So lukis arrow dulu. Okay, so selepas ni dia akan start ini, yang ni. So it must be coming from somewhere kan untuk bagi input. Okay, so draw. So first lukis 3, kemudian coming in and also going out. Okay, so first motion diagram. Okay, ini adalah sequence. So depends on the question. Sequence ni depends on the question. So it can be A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus pun boleh. So it depends from your question. So kalau yang bahagian ni you silap, so your question will be silap even though your circuit is operational. Okay. So yang ni input ke output? Input ke output yang ni? Output kan? So after this you kena masukkan input. Okay, so input selepas A plus operation, apa yang akan on? Kan ada silinder kan? Okay, so you have a cylinder. Yang ni adalah A0, ini adalah A1. So kalau silinder A fully extend, so what will, yang mana akan on? Kan ada 2 silinder kan? Okay, so silinder A plus, so meaning silinder A fully extend, so sensor mana yang akan on? A1. So A plus, so yang ni adalah A1. Okay, selepas B plus, silinder apa yang akan on? So B plus extend, B1 akan on. Ini adalah B1. So selepas B plus, so silinder B fully extend. So untuk B minus, so B minus maksudnya dia akan retract balik. So B0 akan on. So ini adalah B0. So A minus, selepas A minus apa yang akan on? A0. Okay. Okay. So tiap ni kena ada satu input. Ini adalah output, ini adalah input. Okay. Dekat sini apa nak? So how you will start the sequence? So how you will start the sequence? Yeah, push button. Okay, so start lah. Start. So plus, dia kena ada satu condition. So ambil yang last. So meaning cylinder A fully retracted, then you press the push button, baru circuit akan on. Kalau tak, dia akan ada signal conflict. So if tengah-tengah ni tiba-tiba you letak A0, tiba-tiba tekan push button. So dia ada dua condition untuk start. So ambil yang paling last. So you ada dua, push button, start button plus A0. Sebab ini adalah last sequence. Okey tak? So far boleh? Okay, so this is our motion diagram. So motion diagram adalah something yang quite easy lah to understand. So then if the question asks for displacement step diagram, saya lukis jugalah. Tapi you decide which one you prefer. Okay, so first apa yang you lukis? So draw dua paksi. So ini adalah A, ini adalah B. So if the question asks three cylinder, so you lukis tiga paksi. Okay, so this is 0 and this is 1. So 0 and 1. Kemudian dekat sini ada berapa step? How many steps saya? Ada berapa sequence? 4. So ada 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pastikan yang ni samalah. So jangan macam ada gap. Okay, so cylinder A. Okay, first sequence apa? So what's the condition of cylinder A and cylinder B for the first sequence? So yang mana satu yang extend? So A extend. So dia start dari kosong. A extend. Sorry. So dia kena sampai sini lah. So cylinder B, how will be the condition? Yang ni better gunakan pen lain, so that you boleh nampak. Okay, so cylinder B maintain. So step 1, cylinder B is not extending. Then what will happen? So second step, so B will start. So dari sini B akan extend. So what will happen to A? Sorry, ini memang pendek. Okay, so second step, A maintain. Okay, so third, B minus. Okay, cylinder B akan turun. Okay, so what will happen to A? A remain, maintain. Okay, so last, so A minus. So A akan turun. Yang ni dia maintain. So itu adalah sequence dia. Okay, so normally we will have like line lah. So pastikan dia sama. Okay, so this is for the output. Then you masukkan input lah. So whatever input that you have. So here once it extend, so A1, so yang ni adalah B1. So ini adalah B0. So ini adalah A0. Then here it will go. So sequence dia macam tu lah. Okay. So which one is easier? Motion diagram ke? So I prefer motion diagram lah because it save time. But if the question is asking you to draw the displacement step diagram, then you can draw this. Okay, so ini adalah nombor 3. Okay, draw motion diagram or displacement time diagram. So displacement ini adalah displacement step. So if the question is mentioning about time, so yang step ni you tukar dengan time. So time, so how much time? So 6 second. So 3 second dengan 6 second. So maybe 3 second dia rapat sikit. So 6 second dia maybe gap dia besar. Okay, so that is on the time. Okay. Tarik sikit. Okay, so we will continue. Okay, so step number 4. So draw the actuators and directional control valve. Okay, mula-mula lukis cylinder. Okay, so now we are already entering the design. Okay, so this is cylinder A. So this is cylinder B. So lukis dulu all the sensor A0, A1, B0, B1. Okay, so this on the cylinder side. So each cylinder kena ada satu. So how you will control the cylinder? So macam mana kita akan control the cylinder? So dia ada apa yang akan control the cylinder, yang akan bagi instruction to the cylinder? Valve. Okay, so directional control valve. So lukis satu directional control valve. So 5/2. Okay, so circuit ni sekejap. Okay. So depends on macam the layout lah. So whether it's normally open or normally closed. So I follow the exactly yang ada dalam lecture note. So this is 5/2. Okay, so when you're drawing this, make sure you use a ruler. So jangan freehand lah. So ramai yang lukis freehand. Selalunya kalau saya tengok freehand, so kalau tak banyak freehand, I will minus mark. Kalau memang totally freehand, saya takkan mark terus. Okay, so I won't mark. I'll just give 0 because memang tak follow SOP. But here saya tak ada pembaris lah. Tapi so if you don't have pembaris, at least you will have matrix cut. So please use matrix cut to draw. Okay, so as long is straight line. Okay, first draw this. So actuators and DCV. So if the question is having 3 cylinder, so 3 cylinder and also 3 direction control valve. Okay, so that's step number 4 tadi. Okay, so step number 4. So draw the actuators and directional control valve. Then number 5. Step number 5. So draw the control elements and supply elements. So once you already draw this, so kita akan start dengan power element. Okay, then you will according to the sequence. So you put all the control element and also the supply element. Okay, so for here, follow the sequence A plus, B minus, A minus. So first, to tengok sensor apa yang akan bagi. So you must have a start button and also A0. Okay, so you want to give here. So first you have a start button. So start button selalunya so 3/2. Okay, so I need to refer back. Sorry. Okay, so So this is your, yang ni apa syarat dia. So start button and also A0. Tahu tak macam mana nak lukis ni? Tak tahu. Okay, so ini adalah syarat. So start and also 0. So first you will start from compressed air. So ini adalah compressed air. Kemudian push button. So push button memang dia macam ni. So it will be connected. So connected to the unactuated. Sorry. So starting push button, sebelum you start, you tekan, dia on ke tak? Dia tak on kan? So it will be connected to unactuated kotak sebelah kanan. So if initially it is unactuated, so kalau you tengok dekat sini, yang ni ada pressure, compressed air from the compressor, dia sampai dekat sini. So what will happen dekat port P ni? So what will happen? Ada connection ke tak dekat sini? So arrow dia tak ada kan, dia disconnected kan, tak ada connection. So meaning before you press the push button, yang ni memang disconnected. Sebab compressor pergi ke sini, dia stop, it cannot go. And this is your working port connected to exhaust. So memang disconnected lah. Tapi waktu you press the push button, apa yang jadi dekat sini? So dari sini dia akan bergerak ke sini. So kalau dekat sini, so compressor pergi ke sini, it will go to working port. So only waktu you tekan. So you tekan, so it will shift to this. So pressure is connected to working port, so it will supply compressor to the next valve. Kalau you lepas, so because of spring, it will go back to disconnection. Faham tak? Siapa tak faham yang ni? So kalau you tak faham yang ni, tak guna saya explain the rest. You need to understand this. Kalau tak faham, tanya, I will explain again. Okay. So kalau you tengok, so dia ada dua kan, so it has two part. Okay, so this is a 3/2 way valve. Betul kan? So sorry, yang ni. So ini adalah port P, ini adalah exhaust. Okay, ini adalah working port 1 kan. So dekat sini pun ada tiga working port. So actually macam ni lah. So it will be the same. So ada, so ini pun P, ini pun E, ini adalah working port, meaning yang akan bagi instruction to the next valve ataupun actuators. So that is your working port. So P adalah pressure, so meaning it's coming from your compressor, and E is your exhaust. Exhaust selalunya apa yang dibuat? Dia akan keluarkan compressor lah from the valve. Okay. So here initially it is connected to the compressor. So udara masuk dari sini, so the compressor will come here. Dia pergi ke sini, tak ada connection, tak ada arrow. So what will happen? It will be disconnected. So disconnected. So meaning, so like a situation of push button. So push button ada dekat sini. Okay, so push button and it has a spring. Okay, so what will happen? So initially kalau push button, ada setengah push button normally open. So normally open maksudnya kalau you tak tekan, dia akan on. Kalau you tekan, dia off. So that is normally open. So always will be open. Kalau you tekan, baru dia disconnect. But normally switch dekat rumah macam mana? You on, baru dia akan menyala, kan? So that we call as a normally close. So normally close maksudnya normally not actuated. Normally tak ada power. So macam condition ni lah. So this push button dalam circuit ni, so initially it will be not actuated until you tekan push button. So compressor masuk dekat sini, so dekat pressure port it will be disconnected initially. Okay, so awal lah sebelum you bagi any input. So it will be disconnected. Working port 1 connect to exhaust, meaning no connection. Okay, so dekat sini no connection. Okay, so you press the push button. So waktu press the push button, what will happen? Dari pressure port dia akan, udara akan masuk ke working port, and yang ni akan disconnected exhaust. So what will happen? Yang ni dia bergerak ke sini because you press the push button. Yang ni ada connection. Okay, so yang ni ada connection, yang ni tak ada connection. So sebab itu dia macam ni, arrow, because it has a connection. So dua kotak ni adalah dua condition. One is not connected, one more is connected. Okay. Faham tak macam mana saya dapat yang ni? Okay, sekarang explain yang ni. Kenapa dia macam ni? Because A0 dari awal connected, kan? Cylinder A already back to the original position, baru sequence baru akan start. New sequence will start. So A0 always on. So itu ada gambar dinding. And it will be in the actuated position. Bukan non-actuated, bukan sebelah kanan. Dia ada kat sebelah kiri. So ada connection. So udara masuk dekat sini. So you press push button. So udara akan lalu. So udara lalu macam mana? So udara akan start dari sini. You press the push button, dia masuk ke sini. Dia masuk ke sini, dia akan pergi. Faham tak? So dia akan lalu macam tu lah kalau you press the push button. So that's why it's like this. Okay. So it's connected. So kalau ada gambar dinding ni, so jangan letak not connected pula. Itu adalah silap. Okay, so this is for the first step. Okay, saya padam yang ni. So in just for explanation. So ada yang tak faham lagi? Okay, so I hope you understand lah. Okay, so this is your first step. Kemudian what is the sequence? So you bagi yang ni. So you already give this. You already press the push button. Your cylinder A already extend. Cylinder A extend, apa yang akan on? So which sensor akan on? A1. So A1, so next sequence. So kalau A1 dah on, so the next sequence is cylinder B kena extend. So where it must be? So it must be connected to this side. So ini adalah roller valve. So roller valve A1. So A1 akan jadi input for cylinder B to extend. Okay. So this will be actuated ke tak actuated? Yang ni ada dinding ke tak ada dinding? Tak ada dinding sebab dia extend baru dia akan on. So dia akan ada dekat sebelah sini. Tu gambar yang sama. Cuma tak ada dinding. So this will be connected to compressed air. Dekat sini selalunya apa yang pelajar akan buat, dia tak ada exhaust. Dia tak letak exhaust. Dia kena ada exhaust, compressor dengan exhaust, masa F. Okay. So this is your A1. So A1 dia akan masuk ke so cylinder A extend, so it will activate this. So it will tukar state, dia akan bagi compressed air akan masuk, cylinder B will extend. Cylinder B extend, so which sensor will on? B1. So B1 on. So B1 will activate B minus. So meaning it will be another year. So lukis yang sama. So this is B1. Okay, ada dinding ke tak ada dinding? Tak ada dinding. Kan, tak ada dinding kan? So because once extend baru dia akan on. Okay. So what will happen from here? Dia akan masuk ke sini. Okay, so once you receive the signal from here dari B1, so your cylinder B will retract. Sebab dia akan pindah state. So here what will happen? It will which direction it receive signal, so it will on. So dia akan on. So dapat signal dari sini, it will switch to this. So this will make the cylinder to retract. So what will do? What will happen? So the compressor will enter. Okay, so it will enter like this. So compressor will enter macam ni. So it will go here. It will take from here and it will enter here. So dah akan masuk dekat sini and your cylinder will retract. So dekat sini pun jangan lupa letak, kan? So this is your. So letak either one. So you no need to letak, keep in both side. Okay, so cylinder B1 is on. Cylinder B1 already give input. So cylinder B dah retract. So cylinder B already retracted. It will activate B0. Okay, so B0 letak dekat sini. Okay. Okay, so step number 4 and number 5. Okay, step 4 and 5 I already include inside. Okay, so ini adalah design using classical method. So classical method, it will start from notational form. You start from notational form. So lukis dulu sequence. So depends from the question. So lepas tu input 2. So what will happen? So you divide. So what are the input and also what are the output? So input selalunya depends on the cylinder. If 2 cylinder, ada A0, A1 and B0, B1. So kalau ada cylinder C, so C0, C1, then you have a push button. Ada push button. So that are the input, and for the output ada A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus. Then draw the motion diagram. Okay, tak perlu lukis dua-dua, so no need to draw both. So either one. So I prefer this because you already have all the information. So lukis dulu sequence. So A plus, B minus, A minus. Then when it extend, what will be the state of the input? ataupun sensor. So A plus will activate A1. So A1 will activate B plus. So dia akan ikut sequence lah until the end. And what is the starting condition? So initially, so A0 must be on, and also you need to press the push button to start the sequence. Okay, so the other yang ni, so then you start to design. So design from power element, so which is your cylinder. So if 2 cylinder case, so lukis dulu 2 cylinder, then 5/2. 5/2 because this is a double acting cylinder. So double acting cylinder you tak boleh control gunakan 3/2. Must have 5/2. So dekat sini jangan lukis macam ni. So this is 3/2. So 3/2 boleh control normal roller ataupun push button. So yang tu semua 3/2. But if you want to control double acting cylinder, kena ada 5 port. So 5 port. Okay, so draw this together. Okay, then baru follow the sequence. Okay, ini adalah sequence pertama. So first sequence adalah A plus. So if your first sequence adalah B plus, semua ni letak dekat sini. Sebab this is the thing that will make the cylinder extend. So the sequence is depending on which side dapat instruction. Okay, so if the first instruction adalah B plus, so macam mana? Push button ada kat mana? Sini ke, sini ke, sini ke, sini ke? Nombor 3. Sebab you bagi input dekat sini, so it will give instruction this side, cylinder B akan extend. So macam tu lah. So kalau ada 3 cylinder, so your first sequence start dari C plus. So letaklah yang push button ni dekat C plus. So yang ni dia akan start dari C plus lah. So start dengan A0 ke apa. So depends on the final one. So dia akan start dari sana. So not necessarily must start dari A plus. So it depends on you. Okay, dalam case ni A plus dulu. So I letak dekat sini. So A plus, A0 kena on, then push button. Kalau A0 tak on, you press push button 100 kali pun circuit takkan on. Because sampai dekat sini disconnected. So it must be connected, then baru push button. Ni macam condition lah. So then it will give instruction here, dia akan ubah state, cylinder A akan extend. Cylinder A extend, A1 akan on. A1 on, so dia akan activate the next sequence, which is B plus. Kalau dekat sini A minus, letak dekat mana? A1 letak dekat mana? Roller. Kalau sequence dia adalah A plus, A minus. So A plus dia akan on A1, A1 akan on A minus. So A minus, so letak dekat mana? A1 ni. Letak dekat mana? A1 ni. Sebab you nak cylinder A retract balik. Kan? So letak dekat sini. So letak dekat sini, so dia akan hantar signal, so dia akan ubah switch. So cylinder A akan retract balik. So design ni is actually depends on this sequence. So that's why I said sequence adalah paling penting. So kalau sequence you tak betul, circuit masih akan jalan, but it won't solve the question. So you takkan dapat markah penuh lah. Okay, ni baru classical method. Cascading dengan step count tu saya tak tahu macam mana nak explain. So far okay kan? Boleh follow. So if you don't understand, listen back to the video. Okay, okay, take 5. I tak sempat go step counter hari ni. It's okay, we go slow. Okay, so take 5. Okay, boleh padam?